Hey everyone, it's Dominique and welcome to Learning About Finland again. Today I had to go to the store. I had to go to the post office first. I had received what was like a postcard in the mail telling me I had a package to be picked up that was too small for the door slot. We don't really have mailboxes in Finland if you live in an apartment building. Typically, if you live in an apartment building, every door has a door slot. It's all the same standard size, and if it's not going to fit, then you have to go pick it up from your post office, from a smart post box, or from an R-kioski, which is like a corner store chain, or somewhere else. Anyway, so I went to the grocery store. I got some rye bread. I actually prefer the dark resumies bread. It's my favorite. It just has more flavor, I find. So I just got a pack of this and some eggs and some other basics that I needed. No toilet paper. I'm still good on that front. It was pretty well stocked, and then I went home. I rested a bit. I realized I forgot to buy some yeast because I wanted to make some Chinese barbecue pork buns called chatsu bao. And I realized I had forgot to buy yeast a while ago because I make a lot of like pizza dough and homemade bread at home. I cheat and use my bread machine, but anyway, I forgot to buy yeast. And I know you can replace yeast with other things like baking soda, baking powder, make a self-rising flour, but I was worried that it would not work for the recipe or it might alter the flavor of the barbecue pork bun. So I went to the grocery store and no luck, all the shelves were empty. But there was toilet paper, there was eggs, there were milk and everything else you needed. But this stuff is like the new, high in demand, everyone's hoarding it, yeast. Now, this is just the store brand, the S chain that I mentioned. Their specific brand is called Rainbow. So I just buy the cheap stuff. And it comes in dried packets. This is all I have left, this one. I actually had some left in another little silver packet, but it had somehow turned upside down and spilled all over my cupboard, of course. But yeah, so this is a dry yeast. I'm guessing if the dry yeast is already sold out in the stores, probably the fresh cubed refrigerated yeast is as well. So I didn't bother going back in the store or looking around more. But yeah, so this will have to do me until I can find yeast somewhere, I guess. And I don't mind buying bread from the store. I find this is a great size and they're already sliced, so they're really great for sandwiches, which I've been eating a lot of at home. Or with peanut butter, that kind of thing. I guess this video is mostly talking about, this is Wednesday, so day 3 of the, social distancing. I went to the candy store because it's cheaper to buy mixed nuts in bulk. So one store that's in Turku is called Sweet Surprise, and it's funny. It's located on a corner, and it's very big inside, and right around the corner from it is a sex toy store. And that's interesting. But then on the other side, going down a little bit, there's like a clothing store and another candy store that competes with it. And then keep going down, and it's the Finkino movie theater. So quite often when a movie is about to begin, a lot of people go and buy candy, and they just shove it in their backpacks or in their pockets. In Finland, it's not so strict when it comes to sneaking treats into the movie theater. It's not so difficult. Like, they're not going to search your bags. I've seen people go in with like McDonald's, like out of their purse. They bring a big bag and they whipped out their McDonald's and their Arnold's donuts and, cookies and stuff like that. So you can get away with it pretty easily is what I'm saying. But anyway, mixed nuts are cheaper per kilo at candy stores typically. The candy store, I think it's €1.29 for 100 grams, so like $12.90 per kilo. Versus at the grocery store, it's minimum €14 a kilo. So I always go there. So I decided to get some nuts, some mixed nuts and a little bit of dried fruit. There you go. Thought I would make some granola because I'm out of granola. and I heard it's pretty easy to make, so I'm going all Martha Stewart on myself. With this coronavirus thing, epidemic going on, I was a bit concerned about going into a candy store, a very large candy store, and, using those spoons to scoop out your candy and whatnot. And then, of course, for the nut section, they had their own different colored spoons and tongs for the dried fruit. And I saw right away everywhere there were signs, handwritten signs saying in Finnish that when you're done with your spoon, please bring it to the cash with you, so that way they can be washed and disinfected. So that was great. And when I went to pay, again, I used the tap to go or contactless payment with my bank card instead of giving cash, just in case. And there was a bottle of disinfectant, and there were also gloves as well. So they are really keen on taking extra measures, which I thought was really wonderful. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, what I was thinking of doing, along with sharing, things that your kids or yourself can enjoy and watch at home, online, I was thinking I would also share photos of food that I make, just simple recipes, things that, like comfort food, things like stash busters, if you have leftovers or stuff in your freezer that need to get used up. That's going to be my goal, to bring down my cost and my expenses, because currently I'm unemployed. It's going to take a while for Kela, the Finnish social services program, to process my request or my application, because there's a lot of us now that are unemployed and probably won't be getting hired anytime soon, especially if you're in the restaurant, hotel, catering services. It's not looking good, unfortunately. So I'll be sharing through Instagram photos of the food that I am making, and I will try to write a small recipe to go with it. I do have on Instagram and on Facebook, I think I still have that page, it's called Fill Me With BS, Bread and Salad. So when I was working at the airport doing the lunch buffet restaurant, I was in charge of making the breads. Every day we made fresh bread, and it used to be only white bread, but then I stepped in and I decided to put some twists. So I made things like pizza bread, blue cheese and pineapple, and cheddar, jalapeno, and so on and so forth. So you can find a lot of the recipes there. I don't have any specific measurements because I'm making based on the assumption we will have over 200 customers. So that's 4 kilos of flour and so on and so forth. But just take your basic white bread recipe or your favorite, healthy grain recipe, and just add in stuff that I've recommended or tested out. That's hopefully one way to beat the boredom. And yeah, hopefully this passes soon, and hopefully you guys are all healthy and safe. And yeah, I'll just keep sharing as much as I can on Facebook. By all means, please like, share, subscribe to my channel. I will update this quite regularly because I have nothing else to do. I mean, I should be cleaning, but Anyway, thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.